Never
if I can be serious for a minute.
Now that I got that out of my system, I actually do have some serious stuff to talk about, and that has absolutely nothing to do with the lighting. I just turned off my lamp. It's about 12:20 in the morning. Thought it was cool, and thought I'd roll with it. But I do have some things that I want to talk about, that I want to bring up. A lot of it has to do with, you know, my artwork and whatnot, and what I'm doing, or rather what I'm not doing. I can only really convey so much in text, so I thought I'd use an episode of the Working Man's Blog to better get my point across. So here we go. Now, I know that I haven't exactly been terribly productive as far as my stuff goes. I know that all I really do these days is the occasional random art, fetch quest, and commissions if I'm lucky. And the truth of the matter is, as hectic and busy as my days are now, as opposed to, I don't know, 3 years ago, while I was still, like, you know, in somewhat of a rookie year, or even 6 years ago when I started. God, I feel so old. I just do not have the time that I used to do anything. I mean, last year it started slowly dying off when I canceled all the comics but the Rogues Gallery. I dropped off of cold, but that was bound to happen sooner or later. All I'm doing now is working on Fetch Quest, and the reason, like I said in past videos, the reason I'm doing that is because, you know, Mike came to me asking if I wanted to do it. I wanted to help him out, and not only that, but I felt, you know, it might be good for me to use my talent, or lack thereof, on original projects, see how that works. I really do want to do more, you know, Rogues Gallery stuff, aside from the random occasional video, or not video, picture. But like, let me take you through a normal work day for me. When I'm scheduled to go to Walmart, which is my job, my day goes like this. I wake up, and like, I don't know, a half hour later, I go in, like an hour or two before my shift. I work on my projects. Then I clock in, I work there, I go on my break, and I work on my projects. I go back to work, I go on my lunch, I eat, and then I work on my projects. I keep working, my last break, work on projects. And then once I clock out for the day, since it's a 24-hour store, I stay after for about an hour or two, depending on the weather and how long I can heat up my car, and I work on projects. I get home, and I work on projects, or I just chill for the night, because if I'm working on projects, then I end up breaking night, and that's no good for waking up and doing the same thing all over again. This is more or less my life now, and I really don't have the time that I used to keep doing what I do. I like to do it. You know, it pains me not to be able to do it, because Lord only knows I've got plenty of ideas saved up and written down for whenever I had time, but all comicking time I really have is towards Fetch Quest, and it'll do me no good to blow myself out as I'm working on all this stuff, because, well, it just wouldn't do me or anybody else no good, because then it would take longer. The bulk of this video that I wanted to really address is the state of the Rogues Gallery, or more importantly, TRG 300, the Flash that had been in the works, but not really in the works, for like a good 5 years now. With everything that's going on, not to mention the fact that it's outdated beyond all belief, the script is outdated, the voice acting is outdated, everything, the animation, everything is outdated. I long since came to the conclusion that working on it and trying to finish it now would be pointless, especially with most of the Flashes that come out these days and how greatly animated they are. And I'm still stuck in like 2003 with my stuff. And like I said, with everything that I have to do now, what with my job and my projects and like little rest in between, I just do not have any drive or purpose to work on TRG 300 anymore. I apologize to the voice actors who helped me with this project. I'm grateful that they actually tried, but I'm willing to guess that about a good 90% of them don't even know about TRG 300 anymore. The other 5 don't even care, and the remaining 5, I'm not sure, but you know, this Flash movie, more or less, I lost the drive a long time ago. The only reason I was even bothering to continue with it was to prove that, you know, I was wasting my time. If I put it up online to prove that people were going to crap on it because it was so horribly outdated, the animation, the script, the voice acting, everything. And that's not a good reason to work on anything, much less a Flash movie by yourself. Will I be posting the unfinished version of TRG 300 anywhere for anybody to see? No. Reason being is because not only do I not want what I just said, what would happen if I did finish it, but I especially don't want people to go, oh, this was such a cool thing, I wish you could have finished it, or why didn't you finish it, you were doing so good. You know, that's not really going to do me any favors. It's just better to... This project's more or less been on life support for years now. I think it's just better to pull the plug, let it die, and we all move on with our lives. I do my own thing, which, whatever I can do, everyone just moves on with their lives. It was a doomed project from the start. I don't even know why I was thinking trying to do something like that back when I started, but, you know, what's done is done. Or what's not done is not done. I can't do it anymore. And like I said, I apologize. So what does this mean for the Rogues Gallery as a comic? Well, I was hoping, as I said, to just keep drawing it. What I wanted to do was start over, you know, hit the reset button on the thing and just start over from scratch, like just do the random occasional comic. You know, it being the only one thing, but as I said, the only comic time I have is for fetch quests. I don't even have the time to do it as a, you know how in some sites or some people's like DeviantArt accounts, they occasionally do like drawing, then a comic, and then drawing, comic, whatever. They just keep going. I don't even have time for that. This doesn't mean that the rogues themselves are going anywhere. They are my pride and joy. I'm still, you know, tailoring them up, working on them, building them up. Just the most you'll be able to see them is through random arts. I don't want anybody to like attack Mike Renner or think that, you know, he's taking me away from everybody by doing fetch quests, because this was something that I chose to do. This is something that I want to do, and this is something that I enjoy doing, because, you know, I truly believe that fetch quest has that kind of potential to really take off. I just hope that I can do it justice. I'm just going to do what I can with what little time I've got. I want to just work on fetch quest, get 3 commissions out a month, because that's more or less the only thing, the only amount I can really squeeze out. Do the random occasional drawing, and just do what I can. Like I said, I apologize to any old school Rogue Maniacs, old school fans who are, you know, offended or, you know, displeased with this. But, you know, really, if anybody's that pissed off, or, you know, or if anybody I know chooses to disown me because I don't stick to a project or whatever the heck it is, you know, basically you just really gotta look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what in the hell am I getting so upset about a free web media? I really have no obligation to do anything that I've done for anybody unless you are Mike Renner or a commissioner. These things were like free time comics, free time activities, and free time is something I have very little of these days. So I've got to make sacrifices or else I'm going to lose my mind. What little mind there is to lose. So that's it. Just wanted to finally get that out on the public media of some sort. I figured you'd be able to tell I was sincere if you can actually see me and hear me. I don't know how many times I've already apologized. I don't know how many more times I can apologize, but still, I'm sorry for the way things have turned. I just only hope that you can understand and continue to follow me with whatever I do. So thank you and good night.